Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is December 3rd, and right now we're looking at the infrared/visible satellite imagery. You can see the sun's rays coming across some of the Pacific Ocean as I speak. Frontal system moving through the area. Rain has been continuing across some of Oregon all night long and on in through this morning. And then you can see we're going to get a little bit of a break here, and then the even warmer atmospheric river is going to move into Vancouver Island, Washington, and Oregon over the next few days. We're going to dive into some of those details. We'll take a look at things like wave action, avalanche concerns, and we'll look at the extended forecast as well. Taking a look all the way back across the Pacific Ocean, you can see our storm system there now in the Gulf of Alaska, and you can see that subtropical tap it had all the way back towards China there. And one of my buddies at work called it the Panda Express, probably a very good name for that system here, as you can see that moisture moving all the way across the Pacific Ocean. Now, taking a look at some of the 48-hour rainfall totals, look at some of these amounts across the higher terrain of the Oregon coast here and the Cascades. Some ridiculous rain is already falling, and we are not done by any stretch of the imagination here. And you can see the pretty big rain shadowing effect here through eastern Oregon. And this is across some of northern Oregon and western Washington. Already a lot of rain across a lot of the Olympics here and into the Cascades. And we got a lot more incoming here, folks, and still some pretty good amounts across Vancouver Island, up over an inch for some areas as well, if this will ever upload here. Let's go ahead and watch it there. Yeah, you can see some places up over an inch and a half, and again, across some of the higher terrain of BC here and the Cascades, already some decent amounts, but a lot more coming with that next atmospheric river as we go on into the early portions of this week. So I've got flood potential as well across a lot of Oregon. So this is the National Weather Service Portland. Some of these rivers here may hit the major flood stage, but most of them will hit the moderate. And yeah, a series of atmospheric rivers. We're in the middle of it right now. And so heads up, if you live near any one of these rivers or creeks or streams, you guys know who you are, low-lying areas, heads up for that. And this is looking at the entire area here. We've got avalanche warnings. We got winter weather advisories still up. We got gale warnings. We got flood watches, all kinds of stuff. Beach hazard statements. Watch out along the coastline over the next few days. Got some pretty good wave action ongoing and probably peaking some point on the day Monday. This is looking at the avalanche danger here. If you're thinking about going up and looking at all that new snowfall, it's probably not the best idea, especially if you're thinking of going back into the backcountry. Snowshoers, snowmobilers out there, watch out because it's getting unstable. Things are going above freezing in the mountain areas here, and you can see they have high for all elevations here. Not a good day to be out in the mountains here, and this is going to go on in through Sunday and then probably be extended on into the lower portion, the beginning of the portions of next week here. Sorry, I'm thinking about elevation there. But anyway, you can see some of the rivers also expected to reach flood stage here across western Washington. You can see Skagit near Mount Vernon. This is probably going to be peaking on the day Tuesday. You can see the Tolt near Carnation here. And yeah, so Tuesday, Wednesday, these rivers are going to be quite swollen. Flooding concerns can be had across a lot of western Washington. And this is looking at Crater Lake. You can see already gone above freezing here, and the freezing level is just going to go higher as we go through the day tomorrow, Monday, and on in through Tuesday as well. Paradise, something similar, just now going above freezing, probably there at Paradise. And then again, the freezing level is going way up as we go through Monday afternoon through Monday evening. This is Whistler. This kind of downtrended a little bit here, but still a period of some above freezing conditions here as we go through the day Monday. Now looking at the NAM3 cam, this is hot off the presses, and you can see this has been going on all night. So this is just starting as of 4 a.m. this morning, and you can see the additional precipitation incoming. And remember the amounts that I showed you. This is on top of all that here. So huge amounts for Oregon. And then we bring the next one, the big one, and you can see it really impact Vancouver Island, the Olympic Mountains, the Cascades of BC, Washington, Oregon, all the way back down through Oregon. Again, just some ridiculous amounts. And some of these locations have pegged the scale 20 plus inches here. I don't know if we're going to see any area with 20 plus inches, but you can clearly see the huge amounts of precip incoming here. And this stops about Tuesday afternoon. Big rain showering for eastern portions here, but it does pick back up again here across northeast Washington, the Idaho Panhandle, somewhere northwest Montana, and eastern BC here. The elevation starts to rise again here, and we bring some of that moisture back into the area. Even some of the Blue Mountains out there across northeast Oregon. Now looking at the national blend of models, goes out a little bit further than the NAM, the North American model, and you can see pretty good agreement with the additional precip occurring today on in through tonight, and then the next atmospheric river is coming. It's pretty much a sure thing at this point. It's going to be dropping huge amounts of precip. The Olympics are going to be really targeted for a period of heavy precipitation as we go on in through Monday night into Tuesday morning, so we're going to have flooding concerns with that. And then as we go through the weekend here, another system starting to show up in some of the models levels as well, but we'll worry about that later, one thing at a time. Looking at the GFS, so this is last night's run here. And as you can see, we've been having this moisture slide into the Oregon coastline here, and then we're going to get a little bit of a break here as we go on in through tonight. And then this very sinister atmospheric river points at western BC, Vancouver Island, Olympic Mountains, and again, just blasts Oregon here with an additional round of precipitation there. As we go on through the weekend, you can see the GFS kind of showing that next atmospheric river there. We'll worry about that later. Looking at Gold Beach, check this out. Some of these precipitation amounts here, this rain just ongoing and continuing across the Oregon coast. And then this next shot, another huge amount of precipitation, talking about over 3.5 inches in a 24-hour period. And of course, this is going to be even more across some of the higher terrain. Tillamook, another big shot coming in here as we go through the day Tuesday into Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. Seattle, Tacoma, big impacts here coming as we go through the day Tuesday with some heavy rainfall, maybe up towards 2 inches for some of the metro areas, and of course, much higher across the Cascades. This is the GFS, shows something similar there as well. And last night's European run here, it did still show 2 inches in a 24-hour period for Seattle, ending sometime about Tuesday night. Paradise, this is going to be all rainfall here, guys, and this is over 4 inches of water falling on top of some very heavy snow out there already, so you can imagine why the Avalanche Danger is going to continue all the way through the mid-portion of the week coming up. Now, also looking at winds here. So this is the NAM3 cam. You can see Washington, Oregon. As we're going through the morning, you can see some gusty winds along the Oregon coast. Very strong winds across the higher terrain, especially eastern Oregon, the Cascades here as we go through the day today. That includes some of the South Washington Cascades, the Olympic Mountains. If you're off in the backcountry there, watch out. Big winds across some of the area. And then as we scroll on in through Monday, check this out. Another shot of wind, bringing some gusts up over 50 for the Washington, Oregon coast as well. And some pretty big winds here. Let me back this up a little bit here so I can include this as we're going through later this morning here. So probably just now starting to kick up here across some of Whidbey Island and the San Juan, some strong winds there. And now let's scroll ahead on in through Monday. You can see the next round of wind arrive here, and you can see some gusts over 50 starting to show up here during the day Monday for, again, some of the San Juans, maybe the Bellingham, the coastal areas of Skagit, Whatcom County. And it also shows a pretty good gust roaring through some of the central Puget Sound here, southern central King County. Actually shows 50 this last run here on the NAM. Again, that would be another shot of wind here for some of the South Puget Sound. Tacoma up 49, Olympia 46. But the NAM is on the higher side of things here as we go all the way on in through Tuesday afternoon. Now, looking at the HER, just kind of comparing and showing what's going on here. Some gusty winds on the coastline. Again, the higher terrain of the Cascades, as you can see. And then we bring that next shot of wind in here through Monday. The HER doesn't show quite as much, but it does show some gusts getting up towards 50 here for maybe some areas towards the Anacortes or Bellingham up there as well. And gusty winds across Whidbey Island and the San Juans, coastal areas all the way on in through Tuesday morning shown there. Now, looking at the snow depth there, I've been showing this every single day. This is last night's European run. Here's the Cascades of Washington, Oregon, the Olympic Mountains. So we've piled up the snow pretty good here. But look what's going on as we go through the day today. You can see the melting occurring and then really start to take place as we go through the day Tuesday with a lot of rain falling across the Cascades, really eating away at that snowpack. And then we'll see what that next system brings. Are we going to add to that snowpack or bring another atmospheric river in here? Yet to be determined. Taking a look at the day one excessive rainfall outlook. So this is for Sunday morning on in through Tuesday morning actually here. So this is kind of more than a day one outlook here. But you can see it does bring slight risk to Oregon. Again, huge amounts have been falling. It's continuing today, and it's going to be added on to as we go through the early portion of the week. This is day two. It includes, of course, the Olympic Mountains, the Northwest Oregon, and the Cascades upcoming here. And this is day three as the atmospheric river continues to slide south all the way from Tuesday morning on in through Wednesday morning. And as you saw there was actually a marginal introduced for some of Northeast Washington. And they talk about some of these excessive rainfall amounts for portions of the Olympic Mountains also here. They have a discussion for the excessive rainfall outlooks. Also, big waves along the coastline as well. Put that into motion here, and you can see maybe a little bit of a break here, but still a pretty active wave period here. And then as we go through the day Monday, it picks up along the coastlines as well. And on in through Tuesday, another round Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. So pretty active wave period here coming up. And if I put maximum individual wave height, you can actually see that communicated there as well in the model as we go through this morning. I mean, you wouldn't even call it that much of a break as we go through tonight, and then the waves arrive again here tomorrow, and then on in through Tuesday night into Wednesday morning as well. Let's just look at the extended forecast just a little bit here, as the European and the GFS are now showing a system coming towards next weekend as well. So this is the storm we're dealing with right now. So that wraps up tiny bit of a break for some areas. The strong atmospheric river rolls through the region here. And then finally that trough kicks through. A little bit of a transient ridge builds here, and then another system trying to come in towards the weekend. So again, we'll worry about that as we get closer. Here's the 6 to 10 day temperature probability outlook, cooling things down across Pacific Northwest here, and the 8 to 14 day, keeping things a bit chilly as we go through the mid portion of December. We'll see how that trends as well. But yeah, interesting stuff here, folks. This atmospheric river means business, and there's going to be flooding concerns. I'm probably going to be out live streaming at times, probably tomorrow, and maybe on it through Tuesday and Wednesday as well, depending on just where the biggest impacts are likely to be had. So if you want to ride along with me, I'll try to be live streaming that. So anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. Click like and subscribe. I may do a video later today, or maybe even a live stream. We'll see how things go. Check out the models during the day today, and I will talk to you guys later.